After installing FastWPF, you can just open Visual Studio and open any existing WPF project. In my case, I'm creating now a new project and selecting the WPF project template. With FastWPF you can use .NET Framework or even .NET Core, for example. I'm selecting the .NET Core sample and say, okay, the name WPF App 1 is just fine for this case. I'm creating this project now, and after Visual Studio has created this project, we can see that FastWPF is up and running. After your first install of FastWPF, it will be the default designer for XAML files for WPF applications. That means it exchanges instantly the default designer of Visual Studio. As you can see instantly here is that now the FastWPF application is getting loaded and the designer is not the default one of Microsoft Visual Studio. In this case, it states that the WPF App 1 DLL isn't found. That's because the project hasn't been built. And that's the real case of FastWPF. It just shows you how your application will look like if you compile your application. In this case, we don't have compiled the WPF App 1 once, and we will do that again and say, okay, I want to build this project now, and after it has built once, FastW detects that, loads again and says, okay, I will show you what your XAML looks like in this case. If you don't like the designer, just in case you say, okay, I want to code a little bit more XAML, I'm not interested into the design functionality of FastWPF, you have two possibilities now. You can just disable designer. That means the designer is getting hidden. It don't consume any resources. You can type as fast as you want. And if you want to look up the preview now again, you just have to enable it again. So you can instantly switch between the designer or no designer, depending on your programming workflow you have on your own. If you want to show the XAML, the preview of the XAML file instantly, but not with FastWPF, despite with the default WPF designer of Microsoft Visual Studio, you can just close the main window XAML, right-click on any XAML file and select the Open With. With the Open With dialog, you will see the default XAML designer is still there, and the FastWPF is the default one. You can select XAML designer and say, I want to use that one, and set it as default, and clicking on OK, and you will get instantly the old designer of Microsoft Visual Studio. The designer itself will load up as it has before, but the FastWPF application is still there. So to switch there back, just right click again, say Open With, I select again FastWPF. In my case, I want to set the default, so I set it as default again. Click on OK and I will see instantly, oh, that's the FastWPF designer.